I probably started seeing the early onsets of mild ME at the back end of my university experience. It showed up for me in extreme hunger. I could eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and A, not put on any weight, and B, never feel full. And I was never someone who ate a lot, so that was really out of character for me. And I was still absolutely tiny. I can probably find a picture from that time and you'll see how tiny I was. Like, I was eating more than I ever had in my entire life, and I was not gaining a pound. And I needed the food, like my entire awakeness depended on it. Like, that was the only thing that was keeping me going, was eating after eating after eating. Brain fog, really bad brain fog. I remember sitting there with a book in the garden, and I was someone who'd literally just come out of the back end of an English literature degree, and I was sitting in the garden in the sunshine with a book, and like I was staring at the words because they meant nothing to me. Like, I couldn't compute what like basic language words meant. Like, the fog between myself and the book was just so extreme. I'd never experienced anything like it. I remember beginning, because I was like in denial of my illness, I remember beginning the process of looking for jobs, and like a single application was taking like an absurd amount of time for me to get through, because like I said, like word by word, like nothing meant anything anymore. I was so foggy in my brain, so fatigued mentally. So like resting became really, not that resting is necessarily enjoyable, but like you say you rested for the summer, it sounds, sometimes that can sound nice. Like, it wasn't nice. I couldn't enjoy anything, it seemed. I think I could watch television okay, but yeah, reading, no. Anything with any real brain work, no. But it also showed up physically. So around the time I'd obviously signed up for like a bunch of holidays and festivals, because I was finishing university and it should have been a celebratory time for me. I remember I went to Glastonbury Festival, which, if you've ever been, is like a knackering experience in itself for anyone. But this, I remember, I was knackered just being at home, so it's not surprising that I was knackered being there, which is a tiring place. But I remember just like, I really had to push myself through that. I didn't drink a drop of alcohol. I didn't stay up late, but like even just walking from stage to stage, I was exhausted. Like, my legs had pains. I was having to sit down in the middle of the ground in the middle of a walk because I couldn't finish the walk, and things like that. So like, walking from A to B was starting to give me pain and weakness. So that was obviously really alarming, because I think like the mental stuff, even though it was like unenjoyable, it wasn't like a super red flag to me. Whereas the physical stuff, like having to sit down halfway through a walk, I had a dog at the time, and like even walking her, I was knackered for like a quick half-an-hour walk, and that's the only thing I'd done that day, like that I would have been knackered. So that's how mild ME showed up for me, though now that I'm talking about it in hindsight, it was probably closer to mild moderate, because when I think about it, like I couldn't have, I know a lot of people with mild ME manage to maintain a job and a social life. I couldn't have done either of those things. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it was probably more moderate, but I just call it mild because it was so mild in comparison to where I ended up. So yeah, that was my experience with mild ME. I'll probably do more videos on this topic, but that is just a really brief summary of my experience of it.